Wednesday, and that means it is time for our visit with our favorite family physician. I almost said famous family physician. He is one of that, too. Dr. Stan Anderson. Good morning, Dr. Stan.
Good morning, Pam. It's great to talk to you.
Good to have you on as well. Let's discuss this new thing that is coming for prescription drugs. We're very thrilled to hear some of this, but we aren't really sure what it's all about.
Yeah, so 9 o'clock around there on Monday morning, Trump signed a executive order that basically was that they were going to negotiate with every pharmaceutical company, and they were going to say the United States should get favored nation status of all developed countries. So if what that means is if they're selling, for instance, insulin to Soweto or to Bangladesh at a deep discount, those aren't the countries that we're going to be saying that's most developed nations. It's going to be basically the 33 countries that have the highest GDP that have socialized medicine. So the first thing is no, we're not going to see insulin at $1. It's still going to be more expensive. But the way to think of it is right now, insulin, for instance, in France is around $9 for a vial. In the United States, it's $100. So the first thing is this is primarily, and again, it's kind of shaky as to what the details are. Is this Medicare Part B or is this Medicare Part D? And that's where, as I do my research, I'm finding that some people are saying that it's going to be D. Others said it's going to be B. What does that mean? Well, if it's B, then it's primarily in the hospitals. So it's Medicare B that involves hospital primarily first. However, what it does do is it makes it so that when hospitals purchase for Medicare, that they're going to get the prices that they should be able to get on any other country. Because one study that was done showed that on average, Americans pay 3 times more for their pharmaceuticals than they do in any other country. And in some things, so I think I said when I was in France and Germany last year, I ended up going into a pharmacy and just asking them, hey, how much would it be for me to get Ozempic for a month? And they said, oh, it's expensive. It's 75 euros. And I remember thinking, are you kidding? Give me 100 right now. I have so many people that could benefit from this. And Ozempic right now, if you pay regular full price, it's $1,300. If you buy Mounjaro right now, full price, it's $1,100. So the idea of paying $75, and that's the expensive price in Germany and in France, it just kind of blew me away that we really are paying so much more here in the U.S. than what every other country. We routinely have people who can't afford their Xarelto or their Eliquis because those medicines are over $500 a month, and they're going to need to be on them because they have atrial fibrillation or a blood clotting issue. And if you remember that at the January of last year, that Biden did sign a drug reduction act, well, most of that isn't even going to kick in until 2026. So right now I have so many people, they're getting their Eliquis, they're getting their Xarelto from Canada. Now, it's still costing them $150, but that's a lot less than the almost $500. And the time when it will kick in, the Drug Reduction Act that will lower the cost of Xarelto and Eliquis, that's not even for another year. And the other thing, if you remember, that he also signed in January of 2024, where he was going to reduce the prices of quite a few drugs that actually kicks in 2027. So part of it is you end up having all of these things that different presidents have done and different things. And when you look at it, you look at the fine print, it's a small number of drugs. It's not going to kick in for a long time. It is difficult to manage. So what are the pluses and minuses? Well, the first thing is our seniors are bearing the brunt. Right now, if you're going to be on medicines in the hospital, it's more than 3 times of what you would pay at any hospital, any other country. So we're paying way too much for it in the first place. And the hope is that this will level the playing field. So the expectation of the way in which this was rolled out is that we're going to be paying less, we're going to be paying on par, but the way in which the pharmaceutical companies are basically, they're going to make this up, is they're going to raise the prices everywhere else around the world. And part of the reason why the pharmaceutical companies have been selling us their product at such a high rate is because what they're saying is we have to fund research and development. Every branded medicine that there is ended up having a very expensive cost to get it to market. To get any new drug to market easily costs over $100 million. So they have to find ways to fund that, and that is why they end up having such expensive costs when drugs are rolled out. So the first concern is this going to stifle research and development? And part of the answer is no, because pharmaceutical companies are smart. They're going to find ways to raise the prices everywhere else. So that just is, because the way to think of it is the American market is really only 4% of the world's population, but we're bearing 85 to 90% of the brunt of the cost of the pharmaceutical companies' research and development programs.
Yeah.
So that's why this is a good start. There's never been a signing of an executive order quite like this. Is it going to kick in quickly? No. There's going to be a lot of pushback. There's also a lot of people that say the likelihood is that the pharmaceutical companies, they're some of the biggest donors to almost every Republican, almost every Democrat, almost everybody on Capitol Hill. And so therefore, they're going to find ways to end up finding ways around it. So is that going to happen? Is that not going to happen? Who knows? All I can say is this is really something that I've never seen a president take a step like this from a medical point of view. This is really groundbreaking.
That's good. And we hope that it works the way it's intended to. A lot of people wondering if, their particular medication will be part of it. So we shall see. I appreciate all of that, Dr. Stan. That's a lot of really good stuff for us as we move forward with this. And I'm sure we'll stay in touch on that whole situation as well. You have a great week, and we'll talk to you next Wednesday.
Hey, thanks, Pam. I look forward to it.
Ken's Morning News with Pam Cook.
If you missed one of our guests, get the podcast.